All right, we had a good day, so fire away. Questions?
What do you like about this class?
Well, yeah, look, I like that we got, 3 guys that were graded in our top 70. I like the opportunities that we had today, with Alize Mack and Caden Ellis, and look, I think we got some players that can help our team.
What do you think the vision is for Alice? You said you might want to play more positions.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's look, the quickest route for any of these guys, at that position is to contribute on special teams. So until we get here, and we've got a vision for these players, and yet how quickly they fulfill the vision, it depends in large part on them, and we'll see what happens.
So you had 3 guys in your top 70?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
it's like top 70 overall, the entire group?
We had, on our board, we 3 of our guys that we drafted were in our top 70. So we're excited about that.
Was that what you were expecting? You guys only had 1 pick in the first 167
Yeah.
coming in, or?
Yeah, so we're pleased about that.
That was the top 3 picks.
Yeah, yes.
How did that trade come about with the safety for
Yeah, it was an opportunity. First of all, the key to that was getting the 4th back when we made the trade to get McCoy. We got a 4th round pick back, and that allowed us some to be in a position to move up and get Chauncey. So we're excited about that. So we traded up, not down, right?
Can you just talk about,
So remember that next year when you're asking me those questions.
can you just talk about the general philosophy? I know you've talked about it a bunch, but obviously you don't see anything taboo about giving up future picks or giving picks.
Well, it's calculated, right? It's calculated, and so when you have the opportunity to go get somebody, go get a player that you covet, go get them. That's been a successful formula for us. I'm not saying it's 100%, but it's a successful formula for us, and I think for a lot of teams. And so, if you like the player, go get them. That's our philosophy.
So you took 2 safeties. How much of this is special teams focused, or what do you like about it?
Yeah, I think there's some versatility there. Chauncey with playing the nickel, and we'll see how it all shakes out. But obviously, that's a position where those guys can be core special teams players as well.
Sean said you guys thought maybe Eric would be gone by the time the first round even came to a
Yeah.
close. When he didn't go, when did you guys start talking about how you maybe move up to try and get him? 'Cause he said
Right at the end of the first round. Yeah, so he was a target for us, and we talked a lot about what we had available to us, what we'd be willing to spend in terms of the cost to move up, and made a lot of calls, and eventually found a willing partner.
When you came in this morning, were you surprised that Chauncey was still?
Yep. Yes, I would say yes. We were. We again last night. We talked a little bit about it, and evaluated the cost to move, and again the key to that was getting the 4th round pick back in the trade for McCoy. So
What made
When
you
did y'all start discussing that trade? That night, or how long
Well-
before you actually made the pick?
we discussed it amongst ourselves, last night, and then came in, in the morning and discussed it then, and started making a few calls to see who was looking in front of us, who was looking to maybe move down. There were a number of teams that were willing to do that. The cost was too great. So it's just a process. And then, when you get on the clock and you get close to their pick or our pick, if the player's still available, then those conversations get a little more heated up. But the framework for a deal is already in place.
And the trade in the second round, how soon did that, did you finish that before you picked? Was it right before you picked McCoy?
Yeah, on the clock. Yeah, on the clock.
what common traits would you say maybe all these guys have?
Yeah, I think smart, tough, productive. Yeah, those are the things that we're looking for.
You ever have any interaction with Luther Ellis?
Well, my recollection is, and I said this to Caden, I think that we made a swing at him as a free agent at one point, his dad, years ago. That's my recollection, and it'll come back to me, I think, eventually. But yeah, I think I know we had a discussion about being able to acquire him years ago, and obviously it didn't happen, but his dad was a good football player, and that's a good pedigree that he comes from.
What do you see as some of the advantages or disadvantages or calculations that go into taking fewer draft picks to get specific guys versus stockpiling draft picks to get a lot of guys? What do you think goes into that? Does it depend on how close you are to contending and how close you are to rebuilding, or?
No, I think there's a lot of variables. It starts with maybe philosophy, whether or not look, more swings, more hits, right? So that's one of the philosophies, and the other one is quality over quantity at times. So, I think there's lots of variables involved with that, and I think it changes from year to year. Obviously, the composition of your team makes a difference as well. So if you're really strong in a position, sometimes you want to build that strength, and sometimes you're looking at it like, well, man, can the guy even make our team given where our roster is? So there's a lot of variables, and I think each case is kind of specific to itself.
Did last year, the fact that you didn't have room for all your own draft picks play into that? I mean, do you see this as a roster with fewer openings?
I don't know that I would say that in terms of last year impacting us. Look, we lost some guys that we were hoping to get to the practice squad and be able to continue to develop, and we weren't able to do that. I think it's kind of unusual to have that many guys claimed for one team, but yeah, it happened. But that didn't impact how we looked at this year, though.
The concept of not having room on a 53-man roster necessarily for
Yeah.
full draft.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that comes into your thinking somewhat, and yet, man, there's always a place for a good player. We'll find a place.
Chauncey kind of said he saw himself as a guy who could play both line of scrimmage, deep middle sort of guy. Do you see him similarly?
Yeah, I think it's one of the things we liked about him is versatility, and that'll sort itself out as we get into training camp and see what he's capable of handling early.
Mickey, Elise Mack was interesting because I think he was like a top recruit, went to Notre Dame obviously, and then didn't meet his potential for various reasons at Notre Dame. But are you intrigued by prospects like that, knowing how much potential they started with?
Yeah, look, obviously he was a really highly decorated high school player, and whether he met their expectations or his, that's for someone else to say. But we like the talent. We like the talent, and we like where we got him, and he'll have an opportunity, and look, he'll get every opportunity to succeed here.
It's so easy to come in here though when you have a guy that's who's team captain, team leader, coach's son, all those things. But when it's a guy that had a suspension or academic
Yeah.
or whatever, like how do they have to sell you that they're gonna?
Yeah, I think that's all part of the information gathering process that we go through, that we've gone through for the last few months, and if somebody has red flags on them, we've got to get a comfort level for those red flags, and hey, can this be different? What are our concerns? Are they legitimate? Or are they not legitimate? We had a 30 visit with Alizé, and went well. Obviously, it went well. Otherwise, we wouldn't have taken him.
Was there anything particular you liked about his attitude or the way he talked?
Yeah, I think he was pretty accountable. Talked about how he matured, and still has room to do that.
A lot of you guys talked about their visits, either with coaches on campus or down here. I mean, just would you say the role of coaches in the draft process has sort of been increasing over the years? Or, I mean, just why do you appreciate their input so much?
Yeah, a couple things. We've always got our coaches involved in the process, and I think part of that is the evaluation, obviously, of the talent, but it's also evaluation of, how well do they learn? How are they going to fit in the room? What's the vision? What's the vision for, a particular player in our scheme? And obviously the guys that are coaching them have a perspective that the personnel department doesn't necessarily have.
Some of the things that made McCoy someone you coveted so much,
Yeah.
someone that was so easily identifiable as.
Yeah, I think, look, he checks all the boxes in terms of productive, tough, smart, all the things that you want in an offensive lineman. He'll fit right into our room. We've got a great O-line room, and he'll fit right in, no question. So he checked all the boxes. All right. Thank you, guys. College free agents to come.